Bulls legend Scottie Pippen says the Chicago Bulls are not a destination for free agents. So is he right or is he wrong? What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk about the Bulls. So if you're a Bulls fan, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss out on bringing you the latest and greatest with the NBA. And obviously, if you're a Bulls fan, the Chicago Bulls as well. So make sure to go ahead and follow me on my social media links down below and on the screen. Turn on the notifications for the channel, do all of that good stuff. So with that being said, let's get started here. So Scottie Pippen basically was on a show doing an interview, and he basically talked about the current state of the Bulls team. And then he said that the Bulls, should really try to build through the draft. And I'm paraphrasing here, by the way, because they are not a destination for free agents. So is he right or is he wrong? Let's get into it. So before I get started, let me preface by saying, let's take everything Scottie Pippen says with a grain of salt, okay? Because Scottie has been known to say a bit of outlandish things, and he's been known to flip his mind, okay? He's gone back and forth on the LeBron-MJ debate. We've seen that before. Where he said, nobody will ever beat Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Then he said LeBron's the GOAT. Then he said Michael's the GOAT. So Scottie tends to flip-flop a little bit, okay? I love you, Scottie. I really do. You're a Bulls legend, the second greatest player in Bulls history of all time, one of the greatest small forwards of all time. But, I'm not taking everything you say as gospel. So point being is, as far as Scottie saying the Bulls are not a destination for free agents, I've heard this from a number of people, not just Scottie. Okay, so is this true or is it not? I think it's somewhere in the middle, because I don't like when people try to put this thing into a box where they say, oh, there's no way or there's yes way. Here's the thing. I don't care if you're the Memphis Grizzlies, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't care if you are, the Charlotte Hornets. If you throw enough money at a player, they will come. Okay? So the number one thing is obviously always going to be money. Okay? Money is the biggest thing. Okay? So, and when we're talking about free agent destinations, we're talking about the most important thing is money. So you throw money at somebody, and if a guy is getting paid twice as much to play in OKC versus LA, he's going to OKC. Okay? Again, there's a lot of factors, but generally, money is going to be the biggest one. So let's address that first, take that out of the picture. Well, if you're getting paid equally, okay, if you've got 5 free agent destinations as a player and you're getting paid equally, then where do you pick? Now things such as, okay, what am I looking for? Do I want to win now, or do you care if the team's rebuilding? Do you, focus on the culture, the coach, the staff, etc. So there's a lot of factors in play. But don't tell me the Bulls have never been in the run or almost gotten the big free agents. We've literally seen the story countless times of Dwayne Wade literally saying, we were all going to go to Chicago. Literally was going to happen in 2010. And then essentially Miami could afford all three, Bosh, Wade, and LeBron. And that's why it happened, because Chicago could only afford 2. And what did that come down to again? Money. That's why I said it, right? And so money, it was the biggest reason for that reason. And so if the Bulls could afford all 3 of them, Bosh, Wade, and LeBron, they would have went to Chicago. They would have in 2010. People forget that, okay? We ended up getting Carlos Boozer, who, mind you, was a big-time free agent. A 2-time All-Star with the Utah Jazz, one of the best power forwards in the league at the time. I get it. He was a very down consolation prize compared to LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, but he was no slouch, okay? So we definitely have gotten close before. We almost got Trace McGrady in free agency, Tim Duncan in free agency. We did sign Ben Wallace after his best years in Detroit, which, again, wasn't the biggest fan of. We got Pau Gasol after his year in Chicago. Again, I'm just running through the list here. Point being is, we have gotten a close, if not gotten the guy. And now I know what you're saying, right? Have you gotten a LeBron? Have you gotten a KD? Have you gotten a Giannis, right? The big names. First and foremost, those guys tend to stay with their teams for the longest time. But point being, you can always point to different things and different factors. I just feel like with the Chicago Bulls, the biggest thing is culture, and obviously take money aside. The biggest thing is going to be culture and the players there. Okay? And so I truly believe free agents would come to Chicago if the culture got right again, which is why I emphasize so much with Gar and Pax being gone and advocating for them to go away to get somebody fresh and new in here, okay? Because we've heard the things about the Bulls management being cheap. Again, going back to money. Do you see the theme here with money? Money is the most important thing for this, okay, for this topic. But the culture culture there is so important, okay? We see now with, KD and Kyrie going to the Brooklyn Nets. That was all about culture. The Nets built a winning culture there. They were literally a playoff team with D'Angelo Russell as their best player. But that was enough to sell KD and Kyrie on saying, hey, listen, they got a nice coach there, which they fired, and Kenny Atkinson. They have a good winning culture, good group of players. Obviously, being in Brooklyn helps. But we're talking about Chicago. To me, the rarest city in the world, but the third, most populated city in the U.S., the third biggest city in the U.S. So we're not Oklahoma City. I don't mean to pick on OKC. We're not Oklahoma City either, okay? We're a big-time city. It's Chicago, folks. We're the team that Michael Jordan played for, the GOAT, okay? So point being is culture. After money, it's culture. Build the right culture and guys will come. I promise you that, okay? And I believe now, obviously, with the new front office, we're getting to that. We're building the right culture here and building a culture of winning, okay? And so that's the most important thing is you build a culture and guys will definitely come, okay? So as far as Scottie saying, we're not a destination for free agents, I don't completely agree with that. I think Chicago is a city that can attract a lot of guys. Obviously, cold weather doesn't help as much. But again, the most important thing is just being able to pay the guys with the money and having that cap space and then having the culture. To me, that's the most important thing. And I don't see another reason why a guy wouldn't come to Chicago. Okay, I really don't. So all else being equal, I think it's very possible for that to happen. Now, with regards to building through the draft, yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of teams should do that because free agency is such a hit or miss, right? The Knicks have been waiting for free agency for how long? How long, right? And so to me, it's about building through the draft and, making the right moves towards free agency. Like the Brooklyn Nets did it perfectly. They stayed competitive while still having cap space, and then they were able to pounce on KD and Kyrie, right? And so that is what you need to do. You take a look at the New York Knicks, folks, okay? A big city, but why the heck have they been so bad and not be able to attract free agents? It's because of culture. You have to have a good culture in place. And compared to the other teams, I do believe the Bulls have a good culture overall. It has lacked the last few seasons, and now with Jim Boylan and this just awful, stench of Gar and Pax, we're finally getting rid of it. But moving forward, yeah, I do think there will be free agent destinations. So to Scottie's point, if that was the case with Gar and Pax, I would agree. But I do think the free agents will come here first because of money, but then culture. That is the biggest thing here. So let me know what you guys think. If you agree or disagree, as always, thanks for watching.